Hello everyone, welcome back to ANSquare-Academy. Today we are going to discuss third law of motion. Let's understand this with the help of an example. When a gun is fired, bullet moves in the forward direction. It moves in the forward direction, forward force is acting on the bullet. And what happens after that? Bullet applies backward force on the gun. So the gun moves in the backward direction. Bullet exerts force on the gun in the backward direction. And when force on the gun acts in the backward direction, a jerk is felt on the shoulder of the person, and that is called recoil of the gun. So what is third law of motion? To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Bullet is moving in the forward direction and it is applying force on the gun in the backward direction, and the magnitude of the force is equal and opposite. So a jerk is felt on the shoulder of the person, and that is called recoil of the gun. So the statement of third law of motion is, third law of motion states that when one object exerts a force on another object, the second object instantaneously exerts a force back on the first. This is what we have discussed in this example of recoiling of the gun. Let's discuss few important points. What we have discussed about force here: forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So force is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. The two forces are known as action and reaction force. Next point is, alternative statement of third law of motion can be, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. One important point to be noticed is that these two forces, the action force and reaction force, they are acting on two different objects. The action force, which is acting on the bullet in the forward direction, and the reaction force, it is acting on the gun in the backward direction. They are acting on the two different objects. What you have to consider here, they are acting on the two different objects. So you will write, forces are acting on different objects. And when you mention that forces are acting on different objects, you have to specify that the acceleration produced is different on different objects. Acceleration produced will be different. How acceleration produced is different on different objects? We have already discussed force equal to mass into acceleration in our second law of motion, which we have discussed already. We can write this as F equal to m upon a. For a given force, mass is inversely proportional to acceleration. Mass of the bullet is less, so the acceleration produced is more. And on the other hand, mass of the gun is more, so the acceleration produced is less. These are inversely proportional. Mass and acceleration are inversely proportional to each other. Mass of the bullet is less, so the acceleration produced is more, and mass of the gun is more, so the acceleration produced is less. The force of action and reaction, they are acting on different objects. Remember that acceleration produced is also different. So dear students, today we have discussed statement of third law of motion with the example. If you have any doubt or query, you can mention it in the comment box.